Hi everyone, welcome to Just the Two of Us. My name is Colleen. Well, we're back down in the cool, damp basement. My canning pantry is just over here, but today we're going to go through the freezers. I'm going to do like an inventory freezer tour kind of thing. We're going to participate in the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge starting January 1st. We're going to do it for 2 months. And I need to get a better grasp of what's in my freezers. I have a pretty good idea, but when we had that cow butchered, I think in the late winter, I know we're going through a lot of it, but there's certain cuts I know we're not going through so well. We have a lot of chicken we buy in bulk from the Amish. I want to make sure there's certain things we're going through with that. I have a lot of vegetables that I froze from the garden. I want to make sure we're going through that. Frank's the one, just like the pantry, who comes down most of the time. I say, go get some ground beef, go get chicken breasts. So I don't really have a total handle on what's down in here. And it's a good time to go through, check my inventory. And I have it kind of organized, but I know it can be better organized. It can probably be condensed and get us more freezer space, which is always a challenge. So we're going to head right into it. I have not looked into this. You are getting a bird's eye view right into how it looks right now. They may even need to be defrosted. I have no idea. So you're going to see, just like me, what is in my freezers right now. I apologize for the bad lighting down here too, but so this freezer is mainly beef. It does have a few other things in here, but it's mainly beef from the cow. Yikes. All right. So there is a lot of frost buildup. These are older freezers that we've bought secondhand. And I did bring a bucket with hot soapy water with me too. So let me give you a closer look of what's in here. So see what I meant by how I did organize some things? I've labeled bags what's inside them. So when Frank comes down, it's easy for him to see what's in them. There's some toast or sandwich bread I just made yesterday. This shelf seems to have some pork on it too. There's some chicken, some frozen milk, a turkey that I want to can this week. That's all the ground beef. Oh, it doesn't look like much is left. And on the door, that looks like a mishmash of stuff. We have to investigate that. I have no idea what's there. That looks like frozen pizza sauce. No idea. And frozen zucchini and spaghetti sauce. So let's tackle this one first. I'm just going to pull the top two shelves out completely and go through them. I can't think of any other way to do this than to just pull everything out, go through the bags and see what's in them. Ugh. Uh-oh. Oh, that bag didn't work. I did bring down some containers and stuff to use. Maybe not so much the bags anymore. I'm going to leave the bread here. All right, I'm going to close the freezer while we go through these. All right, I don't know if you can see me, but the main thing is for you to see what we have. So I came prepared with markers, paper, everything. So this bag is labeled rib and T-bone steaks. So, and the butcher put two packages to every 2 steaks to a package is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to make a list of, I'm going to put rib and T-bone. And then I'll know. And at the very beginning, I thought for sure it's going to take us forever to go through half a cow. Well, at the beginning, it seemed like it was going to take forever. But believe me, it's going pretty fast. So what I'm going to do now is find something else that I can amalgamate into this bag, because that's a waste of space, and I find these other bags really don't do well in there. Now this bag is sirloin steaks and filet mignon. I'm going to add them into the same bag. Yeah, empty the whole bag. All right. So right away I was able to amalgamate the rib steaks, the T-bones, those tornado things. Oh, I didn't write on them tornadoes. I'll do that in a minute. So this bag completely broke, and this is all stew meat. So I'm going to put this in this container now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this bag is garbage. Now this is something we had done, and I'm really glad we did. We don't usually buy luncheon meat or cold cuts. Every once in a while for a treat we will, like a good salami or something. But we had the butcher make some smoked meat for us. In Quebec, smoked meat is very, very popular. Montreal is known for smoked meat. And I have to say, they did an amazing job. And I enjoy making rye bread. So we often, for a meal, will make like smoked meat, like stack it really high in the rye bread, have coleslaw with it that I make, maybe some homemade French fries. That doesn't belong in there. And we enjoy it very much. So this whole bag is smoked meat. And it seems like a lot, but you need to have a really good smoked meat sandwich, you need at least 3 packages per sandwich. So we're eating it very carefully because we want it to last. So that bag I'm going to leave as is. Now this I was a bit disappointed in. These are 2 big rib roasts. And this is something else like I've learned for the next time we do this. I don't know why they gave us the rib roast in 2 big pieces. Whether it's the 2 of us or we were a family of 4 or 6, I would have preferred at least cut in half. Like, I don't know what to do. If Frank can cut this with his saw or whatever, I'd like to cook one for New Year's Eve, but that's a lot of beef. Like, I have 2 big rib roasts. And to cook one, that's just way too much. So I don't know what we're going to do. And the rest of this bag is what we call blade roast. I know Americans call it chuck roast. I don't know where else what you would call it, but I have never had, oh my God, my hands are freezing. I've never had such good blade roasts ever. They're just amazing. And I do this one recipe in the Instapot, which I hope to do for the Pantry challenge, because it uses like my homemade beef stock and tomato sauce, and it just melts like butter in your mouth. It is so good. And again, we're using these sparingly because they're so good. So I have 4 of those left. So I have 4 blades and 2 huge rib roast. So if anyone has any ideas how we can cut these other than with his saw. So that's pretty much it for those 2 rows. So let's put these back. We used to have the deep freeze, like the one that's on the ground that you open the top, but I just found that way too difficult. Things would just get to the bottom and you'd never find things. I don't think these stand-ups hold as much, but it's much easier to see what you have and stay organized. Oh, I have to make a tag for him. There, now there's room even to put stuff in between. Okay. We recently bought a bunch of pork from the Amish, so I don't know where Frank put all that. This is something else I probably wouldn't do again, or do it, but not as much of it. We had 2 kinds of sausages made from the cow. We did a German sausage and Italian sausage. We only did a few with the German sausage, and they're good, but we had way too many made of the Italian sausage. And there's a bag back there, and I just took out a bag there. And they're okay. We don't mind them, but we ordered way too many, and it took away from ordering more ground beef. So I don't think when we do this again, I wouldn't get nearly as many. Okay, we're at the very bottom now. And the only thing down here is a turkey that I want to can next week. I bought 2 of them for Christmas when they were on sale at a really good price. And I've never canned turkey. I want a raw packet, like raw, really raw packet from a raw state. And the only other thing is ground beef. So I just want to count the ground beef. I found another package here that didn't belong somewhere else. And this was a grass-fed, grass-finished cow. One. Only 16 left. Only 16 left. And we had a ton of them. Oh, that's sad. See, I freeze my milk when we buy it much, much cheaper than in Quebec. All right, I guess we'll work on the door. All right. So this is just some mashed turnip I did for the chickens. It was starting to get like too soft, so I just cooked it up and mashed it. So I'm going to leave that out to defrost for them for now. They'd like it as a treat. And all here is I buy my pepperoni in bulk, and then I vacuum seal it individually for how many pizzas we want or how much we put on a pizza. And I can most of my pizza sauce, but I did do some from that Freeze Fresh book with the cherry tomatoes, and I have 3 of those left. So I'm going to put them up with the pizza sauce. And this is pulled pork that I canned, but the seal failed, so I put it in the freezer. Okay, this is rotisserie chicken from Costco. I'm going to put that with the other chickens. Update my list. There's some breakfast sausages. There's some frozen stew. Zucchini bread. Corn, that goes with the vegetables. Pumpkin puree. More vegetables. I guess I'll put these ones back until I do the other freezers. This is just some lard. All right, I'm going to call this one done until I get through the others, and I'll show you. I did make a wee bit of space. I can get stuff in between those bags. There's stuff on that grill there, and I have to organize the door better. So I'm calling that progress. Here's the other stand-up freezer. And this one is mainly chicken. I think you put all that pork down here. And here we have vegetables and maybe some miscellaneous things. So this one shouldn't take long. It looks pretty easy. I just want to count what's in there. I should have worn gloves. My hands are freezing. All right. So I'm pretty sure the top shelf is thighs and that's breast. But I'll just double check. Everything is written on. Well, it's kind of faded, but I always write how many, what it is, and the date. So I write 6 chicken thighs, and these were done in May. 1, 2, 3, So this is just our overflow fridge. We keep milk, cream, butter, but I want to put some of these in the freezer. Aldi had these on sale for $2.29 when we went to get the turkey. So we bought a whole bunch of them because that's like a quarter of the price. We can get them here. But I don't want to keep them all in the fridge. I want to freeze them because we won't go through them that fast. And I'll show you the freezer of the fridge. But I can't keep these doors open for long. I will for my sake, but not for you guys to hear necessarily, because this is one of those fridges that beeps when you keep the door open more than like 20 seconds. So I'll definitely fast forward through this part, but I'll show you what's in here. This should be mostly vegetables, all from the garden. Here I have some yeast and probably some frozen things like meals too. But I can see here most of this is bacon. All of this here is broccoli and cauliflower that we grew. This is frozen onions that I have. All of this is peppers that are vacuum sealed and bacon. The only thing is I have to figure out, those are potatoes that I pre-cooked and froze. Oh, those are strawberries. So that's pretty much what's all in here. I don't think I'm going to unload this one entirely because I have a good idea. And there's the beeping. So I think I did a pretty good job. I didn't get a whole bunch more space, but that really wasn't the goal. I just really needed to know what I had, and I'm really shocked how little beef there is left. But I know exactly what I have. The chicken, I'm on point. I kind of had an idea what I had there. The pork, the beef, I really needed to know, and I'm glad I did it because I'm surprised how little we have left. I never thought we would have gone through it this quickly, but everything's labeled again nicely. I had to put a few more vegetables on the door here, but that's okay. So I'm pretty happy that it's all done. I am so happy that is done. It's one of those things that's always on your mind to do, but oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. And the pantry challenge is a perfect reason to do it. And speaking of which, the pantry challenge from Jessica Three Rivers Homestead is such a great way to go through your pantry, your freezers, and you can make your own rules. Just check her out. She has many videos on it and explains everything you need to know. And the rules are, there are no rules. You make up your own rules. And the only thing we're going to allow ourselves is about a $10, $15 a week budget for dairy. I love milk. I need cream for my coffee. And I eat yogurt almost every day for breakfast. I eat a probiotic yogurt. Yes, I've made it myself in my Instapot. I've done all that. And I make just about everything we eat, and I find making my own yogurt is just not worth it. It's not worth the hassle. I can buy a very good organic yogurt, and it's just one of those things. So I buy yogurt. We'll have cream for our coffee. We have plenty of butter and milk. So we'll allow about a $10, $15 a week budget for dairy, and that's about it. Everything else we are going to eat is from what we've canned, from our freezers, from our dry goods, everything else we have in the house. And we're looking forward to it. I do have a few recipes I want to share with you guys. Recipes that we always use, but it's always stuff we use from our pantry. So it's going to be lots of fun. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. And until we're together again, take care and Happy New Year.